A robbery so bold, so precise, that it could have been a movie, except it wasn't. It happened inside the Louvre Museum, the most famous museum in the world. It's less than 8 minutes. Thieves disguised as construction workers stole 8 priceless pieces from the French crown jewels collection, right under the eyes of security, staff, and tourists. It was just after 9:30 a.m., half an hour after the museum opened. A van pulled up beside the Seine. 4 men in yellow and orange vests, carrying tools and clipboards, looked like ordinary maintenance workers. No one questioned them. Not the guards, not the staff. But these weren't workers. They were professionals, equipped, organized, and prepared to strike in daylight. They unloaded a furniture lift, the kind commonly used to move art and materials in Paris's tight streets. 2 men climbed aboard, ascending toward a first-floor balcony, the balcony to Charles IX. Once there, they took out a disc cutter and sliced through a glass window. The alarms went off. But by the time security reacted, it was already too late. The thieves burst into the Galerie d'Apollon, a room glowing with gold and glass, home to centuries of royal jewels. They knew exactly what they wanted. They went for 2 display cases, smashing through reinforced glass, ignoring the largest diamonds, and taking only select items. The sapphire set of Queen Maria Moli and Queen Hortense, a tiara, a necklace, and an earring. The emerald set of Empress Mary Louise, her necklace and a pair of earrings. And the tiara, reliquary brooch, and corsage bow of Empress Eugénie de Montijo, wife of Napoleon III. Each piece, priceless. Together, worth over 88 million euros. When guards arrived, the thieves threatened them with their power tools and escaped the same way they came, down the lift, across the plaza, and onto 2 waiting scooters. One carried the jewels, the other the lookouts. It was 9:38 a.m. The robbery had taken less than 8 minutes. It's only 4 minutes inside the museum. As they sped off along the Seine, one of the thieves dropped something, the crown of Empress Eugénie, its gold bent and jewels scattered. They tried to torch the lift to destroy evidence, but the fire was quickly contained. Within minutes, they vanished into the streets of Paris, heading toward the Boulevard Périphérique and the Élu autoroute. By the time police checkpoints were set up, the thieves were gone. News broke within hours. The Louvre robbed French crown jewels stolen. It was the museum's first major theft since 1998. When a painting by Jean-Baptiste Camille Corot disappeared, for many, it echoed an even older crime, the 1911 theft of the Mona Lisa, stolen by an Italian handyman named Vincenzo Peruggia. But this time, the stakes were far higher, and the embarrassment much deeper. Critics immediately pointed fingers at security cutbacks. Unions claimed the Louvre had lost dozens of guards over the years, even as attendance soared. A recent police audit had warned that the museum's protection was fragile, but the recommendations had barely begun to be implemented. 6 days later, on October 25th, French police made their first arrests. 2 men in their 30s from Saint-Denis, one caught at Charles de Gaulle Airport as he tried to flee abroad. 4 more arrests followed days later. Investigation revealed a crew familiar with construction, equipment, and museum logistics. They had planned for weeks, maybe months, studying guard routines, knowing exactly when to strike. Authorities believed the jewels were quickly passed to smugglers and moved out of France. The French Ministry of Culture later confirmed the missing pieces included historic regalia once worn by queens and empresses' heirlooms. Of a vanished monarchy, the thieves had ignored the Regent diamond, the Sancy, and the Hortensia, jewels too famous to sell, too distinctive to hide. They took what they could move, not what was most valuable. A week later, the damaged crown of Empress Eugénie was found near the museum, bent, but restorable. Louvre director Laurence Descartes called it a miracle among tragedy. Experts began restoring what they could, but the larger question remained: how could the world's most secure museum lose its national treasures in under 10 minutes? Other French museums had been hit recently: the Cognac J, Heron, and National Museum of Natural History. A wave of cultural thefts, each more daring than the last, pointed to something larger: a rising global trade in stolen art. Jewelry and relics, faster, better organized, and harder to trace than ever before. Today, the Louvre's Galerie d'Apollon has been refitted with new security sensors, reinforced glass, and round-the-clock surveillance. The French government has promised no more fragility, but the mystery remains. Who masterminded the 2025 Louvre Heist? Were all the jewels recovered? Or are they already in private hands, melted, repurposed, gone forever? The police call it a case still under investigation. The world calls it the boldest museum robbery of the century. 8 minutes. That's all it took to rob the Louvre. A few minutes of precision, planning, and audacity. The kind of crime that reminds us, sometimes truth really is stranger than fiction.